Hi everyone, Alistair Davies here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in today. Today we're looking at compression with iron shots, and we're looking to get that compression with the correct torso move through impact, or let's call it halfway down to through impact with our torso, to make sure we can really get that ball and turf contact, squeeze that ball off the turf, get those penetrating, lovely feeling, kind of effortless iron shots into the greens. So if you are new to the channel, please consider following by hitting my logo down below. I post videos every week, all designed to help you in your golf and improve your scoring as you go forward with your golfing career. Keep watching to learn how. So today we're looking at compression. Compression really for me is all about contact and squeezing that ball. So when I mean compression, what I'm talking about is presenting the center of the golf club, the sweet spot, at the right angle to the ball and pushing that ball almost into the ground. So compressing the ball so it squeezes the face into the ground and forward. Now a lot of people get scared of hitting the ground because of injuries. I can assure you it won't hurt you. They also try and sweep the ball up in the air. So conceptually, there's a few things that go on there that make them not compress the ball correctly. Sometimes it's caused by pre-actions. So for example, if I started my golf club down with a very steep plane, I'm then not going to want from here to turn onto the ball correctly because I'd missed the ball. So when you start down with a steep plane, you're then going to want to side bend to the right and flick your hands at it to get the club on ball. And granted, that is the way you'd need to play to make contact initially without making a second change. So it's important you understand your kind of matchups and what you need in your golf swing to make you successful. Today, what I want to look at really is the sternum position as we start down. Okay, so if I go to the very top of my backswing, I'll do this one-handed if you don't mind. As we start down, I'd want the lower half to slightly lead. The sternum then is going to catch up. It's very subtle, the amount of difference. Golfers that tend to come very steep will tend to move the sternum and not move the lower half so much. So they'll definitely start the downswing with too much of what I call a torso move. Now, this video is all about getting the torso move correct. So it's about, as we would start down, there'd be a little bit of forward bend as we turn and rotate. But then as we get nearer to this last parallel, I definitely want to feel your sternum is pretty much on top of that golf ball. Then it's going to be slightly in front of the golf ball, then we're going to turn and extend. So the left shoulder goes kind of back and around my head. But we're definitely going to feel that the sternum gets to that golf ball around that last parallel, and that's important. So ideally in this last parallel, I'd want the hips to be open, the torso to be slightly open. The shoulders would be slightly closed in terms of where they would look in terms of the ball to target line at this point, because my arms would be back here. The club would be sort of parallel to the ground in terms of how we'd look from this front on camera, but the club head should be ideally set just behind the hands. Ideally somewhere around about this right hand crease, but the sternum on top. And then from there, as I said, what I'd want to do then is feel that obviously we're going to turn and extend. Pressure wise, 80% of the weight should be on the lead foot of contact. At this point here, it'd probably be close to that as well. It'd probably be about 70%. So we're just going to put a little bit more pressure as we turn, and we'll definitely get the left shoulder to work out the way like so. The compression move, again, do it right and it'll make a difference. Do it too early and you're likely to come over the top. So making sure that we get the move of the body so the sternum gets in the right position at that last parallel, and then move it through the golf ball correctly is going to make a huge difference to your ball striking. So how I want you to feel this and practice this, if you have a rod on the ground, I think that's a good idea. What I'd like you to do is go to the top of your swing, get to this last parallel, feel that your club is slightly behind, the club head slightly behind the rod on the ground. Feel like your hand is on top of the ball and feel like your sternum's on top of the ball. So I want you to get that feeling repeatedly. Sternum, hand and ball in a line. That would be the idea, or pretty close to. Then extend through. So the more we can practice that move down, getting the club on the right angle, but also retaining our lag and getting the sternum in the right position will help the compression of the ball. Also, it's quite good to have is the toe slightly down on the club. If the toe's up, you're going to want to flick at it with your hands and lose the compression through your hands to try and square the face. So if the club face is slightly in this toe down position, turning on and holding that shaft is going to be better for you from a compression point of view. Let's have a go at a shot doing it. Really pleased with that shot. Nice little bruising of the turf. Ball flight was exactly where I'd want it to be. It was pretty dead straight. I have a tendency to overturn my iron shots, and that one was pretty straight. Probably because I felt I was trying to compress it a little bit more. Again, if I was going to go and play right now, that would be a good thought for me to have, to make sure I straighten up my iron shots a little bit rather than turn them over a touch. My tendency is to miss greens slightly left if I get too flicky at the ball. So, you know, turning more with the body helps retain the hand action, but moving the sternum forward helps get that pressure on the ball. So there you are. Today's video has all been about creating pressure on the golf ball by making sure we have the correct moves with our body. So I hope you've enjoyed that video on compression. If you have, please click like and share the video. Also, please comment. Comments make a huge difference to the channel, so comment and likes really help the channel go forward. But I also want to hear from you about what you would like to see from the channel in the future. Your feedback is vital for me to help my channel grow, so really appreciate if you could take the time out and put some comments down. That would be fantastic. So again, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit my logo in this bottom corner, join me in my journey, and also click the notification buttons. That makes sure you get all notifications for any new videos that I release and publish. Great to have you here today, great to have you on board. Hope this helps your golf. Keep in touch if you can, and I hope to see you again here soon.